What's going on, guys? Chew here, bringing you another review on Dandadan. Now, this episode, I gotta say, was funny. It was very action-packed, I guess you can say, and a little. I hate saying this, a little boring at times. It's just my personal feeling. Not saying that it is, though. These are just my feelings and thoughts on it. But I still enjoyed it. I definitely like where it's going, but I hate that it's ending. It's crazy that we're getting to the end of the season. And I know that season 3 is coming around. They've already kind of announced that or alluded to it. I'm waiting for the official announcement to come out because that's what we need here. But overall, I'm excited. I like this, but we need season 3 to come out real soon. But let's go ahead and get into this, guys. So we start off with the kaiju. Obviously, much stronger threat than we realized. It is strong, and we see that AIRA and Gigi join up. I like that they show up. They definitely needed to be in this one. They kind of help out. We see that Gigi gets tasked to taking Quinta away from the whole situation. Well, of course, it's a lot on anyone like him, just to kind of be wrapped up in all this. And so I like that, AIRA and Momo, as well as Okarun, are trying to take down the threat. And it's difficult. They have to work together. Of course, AIRA, she's having to kind of, I don't know why she felt the need to brag, but she wanted to be the leader in all of this, which to me was kind of ridiculous. I was not a big fan of her, way of being. She shouldn't have been so cocky. She did try. She made honest efforts to kind of go against the kaiju, but it wasn't enough. And so I was just kind of like, we could have worked together. In fact, I think that if they had from the beginning, they might have been able to beat this thing. But unfortunately, she chose to be a little more selfish, and that was the problem. And her selfishness actually got her injured pretty bad, to the point to where she got unconscious. She was knocked out. And if it wasn't for Okarun, being the guy that he is, saved her right in the perfect timing. And she was unconscious for the rest of the fight. And I want to say Momo, proud of her for stepping up and still trying to not only, fend off the kaiju, but also trying to, take these guys back. Okarun was taking, AIRA in his arms, and so he couldn't actually run. He couldn't do anything. He had already used up all his ability at that moment. And so it left Momo to basically get them out of there. Meanwhile, though, while they're getting out of there, Quinta is with Gigi, and I don't understand Quinta. He's annoying, and he got his sweat on Gigi, which, by the way, I thought was disgusting. I thought that was so nasty. Not sure why they did that. I get it, it was comedic, but it was literally nasty. At first, Gigi has a grasp of him controlling Evil Eye, but then we see that he actually gets more of his sweat onto Gigi, which is disgusting. Why did you have to do that? And that kind of has Gigi going into Evil Eye mode, and he thinks that he's ready to go fight Okarun because today is the day, and that's not the case. So they all meet up at Momo's house, and Seiko's there. She's actually at a recording, a TV station, and she's being some kind of interview. And I assume that Turbo Granny's also there with her. But we see that they're all gathered there. I love how AIRA wakes up, and she's actually holding on to Okarun, which is funny. But we have Evil Eye wanting to fight, and Okarun basically saying, dude, today is not the day. We're not fighting today. This is not the day we agreed on. And so he gets sad. I think that's funny because throughout the rest of the episode, he is just upset. but they have bigger issues because the kaiju is now approaching them, and they're running out of ideas and time. And so Okurun is kind of quick thinking here and actually suggests using the nanotechnology that they have thanks to, you know, our boy Mantis. And he actually says, let's recreate something. We can imagine something. And he has issues trying to picture whatever he wants to like make. And so Kinta actually steps up and he tries to make this Gundam. But in the end, we see that what is actually made isn't that, and it's more of a giant Buddha statue thanks to Momo. So I thought that was funny that now they're trying to fight the kaiju on a more even playing field, but they made like this Gundam Buddha Megazord looking thing, and that's just funny to me. So, and then the fact that they all went their own different paths, like to kind of like make it look like a Gundam, was funny. I thought that was enjoyable. But overall, a fun episode. Like I said, a little bit of boringness, but overall fun. I definitely look forward to the next episode. Sad that it's ending, but let's hope it ends on a high note for this season. But that's it for me, guys. As always, I'll stay safe, and I'll catch you later.